Montana Innocence Project is a nonprofit legal aid organization primarily, but has a dual mission and has since its inception in 2008. The project provides free legal services to individuals who have claims of actual innocence and provides those services pro bono. It also has a mission for advocacy and reform, so taking a look at the criminal legal system and finding the areas that have caused wrongful convictions, and more recently taking a broader look at the general injustice of the criminal legal system and how we can work towards true justice.
So ultimately the biggest deciding factor of whether we take a case or not, and it's, subject to an evolution of our perception of what's doable versus what's not, but really we're looking for new evidence. New evidence meaning that it wasn't available at the time of trial, that it couldn't have been raised sooner, and this evidence needs to be of either actual innocence, corroborating a claim of innocence in some way, or of mitigation. And what I mean by mitigation is for instance, at sentencing, something wasn't taken into consideration that, each person is sentenced based on the individual, and if the judge or the prosecutor and defense counsel didn't present or didn't hear information about somebody's background that makes it so that maybe they would be more amenable to rehabilitation services or whatnot, then that's something that we're also interested in looking into.
So I think the impact to individuals who have been wrongfully convicted is it's immediately transformational. I think that, for those who are innocent of a crime that they've been convicted for, or maybe a crime didn't even occur, and they've spent time in prison for, that kind of change it's a shift that I can't even comprehend. But I can tell you that I've seen it in the faces, I've seen it in the actions of our clients, and it doesn't end there. The transformation is, of course, great from being wrongfully incarcerated to being free, but that's really where things get started for our clients. Imagine rebuilding your life after spending any amount of time wrongfully convicted, and I think pretty quickly you can see the kind of impact that the project's work can have on an individual and their families. I think that in the broader scope of our work, I really feel like the reason that I am so engaged in this work and the potential for change is so great that it's about hope. It's about hope for my children. It's about hope for our supporters' children and their grandchildren, that at some point we're not going to be in a place where the quickest, best solution to crime is to lock people up and forget about them, where we can see that investing in people means investing in ourselves and in our communities and in our future collectively.
This work is incredible. I get to work for something that I truly believe in and feel that I make a difference. It's not maybe the difference that maybe I conceived of in law school of man, I'm gonna get all these people out or whatever, but it's making a shift. It's I think that some of the most meaningful work that we do is recognizing people as people, treating them with respect, giving them a thorough analysis of their cases. These are not wins in a way that you can find a case, case law and read an opinion and say, oh, that conviction was overturned. We do that too, but I think that a lot of it is just restoring dignity and humanity to the system. So to me, what it means to people, what our work means to people who we serve is not just my conviction is overturned, but it's, wow, you took the time to see me.